Dear students, today we are going to see another important theorem, that is Taylor's theorem. So Taylor's theorem is, suppose f of z is analytic on z minus z naught less than r, then f of z is nothing but equal to f of z naught plus z minus z naught whole into f dash of z naught by 1 factorial. You will be getting as 1 factorial z minus z naught whole square f double dash of z naught by 2 factorial plus and so on. You will be getting as z minus z naught whole power n by n factorial into f power n of z naught plus and so on. So for each z with mod z minus z naught is less than r. Now this is a statement of this one. So we can write this entire expression in the form of like this: f of z is equal to summation n equal to 0 to infinity f power n of z naught by n factorial into z minus z naught whole power n, where f power 0 of z naught can be taken as f of z naught. Now this is the statement of the Taylor's theorem. So there is a remark. The remark is nothing but, in case z naught is nothing but equal to 0, whenever you take z naught is 0, the above series becomes in the form of f of 0 plus z into f dash of 0. Wherever z naught is there we are going to put z naught as 0. So you will be getting the series in the form of like this. Now this series is called Maclaurin series. So in Maclaurin series, if z naught is nothing but 0, means the point z naught is at the origin, means the point is at nothing but 0. So therefore we substitute that z naught is equal to 0. So you will be getting in the form of like this. Okay, so based on this Maclaurin series or the Taylor series, we have some problems such that we'll say that those are nothing but the application of Taylor's theorem. So the problems will be given for 4 marks. So we'll do some problems regarding the Maclaurin series and as well as the Taylor series. Okay, so first problem of this application of Taylor's and the Maclaurin series. Okay, the problem is like this. We'll try to find out the first one. Find the Maclaurin series of sin z e power z sin hz, or they may give in the form of like this also, or they may ask us to find the Taylor's series of sin z e power z sin hz. So this is how the problem is given in the form of like this. Okay, so now I will try to find out with the help of the Taylor series, and if you put z naught is equal to 0, it will become as a Maclaurin series. So we'll be finding in the form of like this. So what is given? First I'll take e power z. I'll try to find out first e power z. So therefore f of z is equal to e power z. Okay, for Taylor series we'll try to find out f dash of z is equal to e power z, f double dash of z is equal to e power z, so and so on. F power n of z is also is nothing but equal to e power z. This is how we got. If you differentiate n times also, you will be getting the same value, that e power z. Okay, so what is the formula we have? We have that f of z is nothing but equal to summation n equal to 0 to infinity f power n of z naught by n factor into z power n. Now this is what we have for the Taylor series. So Taylor series. Then f power n of z naught. If put z naught equal to 0, you will be getting Maclaurin series. Now we'll try to find out this one. So I'll write in the form like this: f of z is equal to f power n of n equal to 0. So f power 0. 0 means again we can write that f of z naught plus z minus z naught, means z minus z naught into f dash of z naught by 1 factorial plus z minus z naught whole square by 2 factorial into f double dash of z naught plus and so on, plus f power n of z minus, this is square. Okay, z minus z naught whole power n by n factorial into f power n of z naught plus and so on. Like this we can write. First, this is the formula which we have just now discussed. So what is the value of f of z naught? So I may write as this is e power z naught. Okay, if you write e power z naught here, I may write e power z naught plus z minus z naught. This is again e power z naught by 1 factorial plus z minus z naught whole square by 2 factorial, and this is again e power z naught plus and so on. You will be getting as z minus z naught whole power n by n factorial into f power n of z naught, means again you will be getting as e power z naught plus and so on. Now this is the Taylor series again. Now if you are able to substitute z naught is equal to 0, then what is going to happen? So let us take z naught is 0 in this. So what is going to happen now? I am writing here f of z is equal to, if you put z naught equal to 0, means e power z naught, e power 0 is 1. So you will be getting as 1 plus z naught is 0, e power 0 is 1, z naught is 0. So z by 1 factorial plus you will be getting as z square by 2 factorial plus and so on, plus you will be getting as z power n by n factorial plus and so on. So what we can write here? We can write that summation n equal to 0 to infinity z power n by n factorial. This is f of z. So therefore what we can write? E power z is equal to summation n equal to 0 to infinity z power n by n factorial. So this is about the Taylor series form. So if you put z equal to 0, that becomes a Maclaurin series. That Maclaurin series is this. So this is how we can do the e power z problem. Now we'll try to prove the other one, that is nothing but sin z. So before going to do the sin z, we'll try to find out, first we'll try to find out what is f of z is equal to e power iz. We'll try to find out e power iz value, then e power minus iz value. We'll try to combine such that we'll get sin z value. So e power iz. So e power iz. So f dash of z. What is f dash of z? This is I into e power iz. F double dash of z. This is again you will be getting as I square e power iz. Then f triple dash of z. So you will be getting as I cube e power iz, and so on. F power n of z. You will be getting as I power n e power iz. Like that you will be getting. So if we can able to substitute in this formula, let us take the formula which we have already, that is f of z naught plus z minus z naught, okay, into f dash of z naught plus and so on, plus z minus z naught whole power n by n factor into f power n of z naught plus and so on. Okay, so these are the this is again Taylor series form. So if we can able to substitute, what is that now? F of z is equal to e power z naught, means e power I z naught plus z minus z naught. So e power I into e power I z naught, because this is the value. So plus z minus z naught whole square by 2 factorial into I square into e power I z naught plus and so on plus z minus z naught whole power n by n factorial into I power n. This is I power n e power I z naught plus and so on. So you can understand this all the values which we have substituted. Now at z is equal to 0, z naught is equal to 0, what is going to happen now? Put z naught equal, this is a Taylor series form again. So if you put in the Maclaurin series, what is going to happen? So f of z is equal to, now the for e power I z naught is again you will get 1 plus, this is 0, z naught is 0, so I you will get, so I into this is what, e power 0 is 1, so z, so you will be getting as first term is z minus 0 is z, so I z will get. Okay, next here is z naught is 0 and I square will be there, but e power 0 is again 1, so you will get I square z by 2 factorial. Okay, then the next term is nothing but I cube z by 3 factorial plus and so on, plus then you will be getting as this as okay, this is z square you will get. Okay, this is z, so z you will getting as z and this is z square, and this become as z cube, because next term is z cube. So last one is z power n, means here you will be getting as I power n into z power n by n factorial plus and so on. Okay, these are the values which you got. So still if you can simplify, f of z is equal to, so you'll be getting as 1 plus iz minus z square by 2 factorial minus I, you'll get I square is minus 1, so you'll be getting as I, so minus I z cube by 3 factorial plus and so on, plus you'll be getting as I power 4, means I power 4 again I square minus 1 into minus 1 plus 1, so z power 4 by 4 factorial plus and so on you'll be getting. Now you got as this one, this is the value you got. So similarly, if you can able to do e power minus iz, this is the value which you got, e power iz. Now I will try to do another one, that is e power minus iz. So I am just changing this one, e power minus iz, what it becomes now. So e power minus iz is minus I e power minus iz. Now you will be getting as again minus I will be there here. So again minus I into e power minus iz. So what is the answer you will get? Minus into minus plus. So minus e power minus iz you will get. Okay, I'll try to substitute in the form of like this. I'm changing and just trying to find out this value. E power iz value I got like this. Now e power minus iz I'm finding out. So now f double dash of z is nothing but equal to I into I is I square. I square is minus 1. So minus into minus, this is plus. So I into I is minus 1. So this is minus e power minus iz. In the same way, triple dash. So this one again if you differentiate, this is minus and minus, so become as plus I, e power minus iz. Okay, so you got as like this. These are the values. Now we'll try to substitute by putting z naught is equal to 0. Otherwise we can substitute here itself only with the help of these values. Now first value is f of z naught, means e power minus I z naught. This is as it is. And z minus z naught, the second value, f dash of z. So f dash of z is minus I into e power minus I z. So I may write as this as minus I into e power minus I z naught. The second one, double dash is again you got as, what is double dash? You got minus e power I minus I z naught. So this will become as, I may write here as minus, and this is e power minus I z naught plus and so on. This is again you will be getting as minus I whole power n e power minus I z naught you will be getting. Okay, so you just keep the value here as it is. Now at z naught is equal to 0, what is the value you will get? At z naught equal to 0, if you put here, now f of z is equal to 0. This is already we got from the previous value. This is previous value which I have kept here. Now we are going to find out this value. At z naught is equal to 0. This is 1 plus. Now z minus z naught, this is 0 again. So I may write here as minus z by, this is 1 factorial. So 1 factorial I am writing here directly. Now this becomes again minus z square by 2 factorial. That is again 0. Plus and so on. Plus again this is again the value you will be getting as last value. So if you are able to write z cube, because z cube z power 4 also we are there. So z cube if you write, this is triple dash. So what is that now? This is I into e power minus iz by, z minus z naught whole cube by 3 factor into I into e power minus I z naught. So what is that value now you will be getting? Z naught is 0, then you will be getting as I. So here the second value 1 minus this is zi, okay, and this is again this is z square. Okay, this one is plus I into z cube by 3 factorial. Okay, the other term z minus z naught whole power 4 by 4 factorial into e power minus I z naught, since I power 4 is nothing but 1. So that I am not writing here. That is nothing but 1. So you will be getting as plus you will be getting as what is that now? Plus this is z power 4 by 4 factorial. Okay. So what is the answer now here? This is f triple dash of z is nothing but minus I minus, you will be getting as minus I minus and the minus I. So you will be getting as plus I. So this is what we got. Now I wanted to add these two. These two if I add these two means e power iz minus, sorry, subtract if I do, minus e power minus iz. Okay, if I subtract both of them, what you are going to have? So anyhow these two value will get cancelled. So e power iz, now this minus this is e power iz minus of e power minus iz. Now this 1 minus 1 is anyhow 0. So zi, and this is again, this becomes plus. So 2iz. Okay, these two will get cancelled. These two will get cancelled. This becomes as a plus and this is nothing but, we are subtracting from this to this. Okay, these two will get cancelled. Now this becomes again you can understand that this is you will be getting as 2z, and you will be getting this one as there is, this one is I. So you will be getting in the form of z cube by 3 factorial. So you will be getting as plus 2I z cube by 3 factorial. You will be getting like this, z cube by 3 factorial plus 2I z power 5 by 5 factorial plus and so on you will get. So this may be the plus here, minus, if you can, this may be minus here. So you will be getting as the plus. Okay, anyhow we will check it later. This is 2I, this is z plus z cube by 3 factorial plus z power 5 by 5 factorial plus and so on. Now if you change to this side, this 2I, if you change to this side, that becomes as e power iz minus of minus e power iz by 2I. This becomes as sin z. This entire value is nothing but sin z. So sin z is nothing but z plus z cube by 3 factorial, z power 5 by 5 factorial plus and so on you will be getting. If you add, if you can able to subtract e power iz minus of e power minus iz by 2I is nothing but this is the. So therefore the value of sin z is this, with the help of, by reducing the value of from the Taylor's theorem. So we'll try to find out this one, what is the value of these two, again once again we'll check. So the last one is f triple dash of z. So f double dash of z is nothing but this is nothing but f double dash is nothing but f dash is nothing but minus I e power minus iz minus I into minus e power minus iz. So minus into minus plus. So I square it, minus into minus is plus, I square is nothing but again minus 1. So minus e power minus iz is correct. Triple dash, again if you can able to do, this minus will become here minus I e power minus iz. So minus into minus plus, so this is nothing but iz, it is correct. So I e power minus iz is correct. So therefore this z minus z naught, okay, this value is absolutely correct. Now what about this value, f of z? If you can able to prove, or if it is positive. So if it is positive, what is going to happen? So that once again we'll check it and we'll try to find out the value. So this is f dash of z is nothing but I into e power iz, and you will getting as f double dash of z is nothing but I square e power iz, and f triple dash of z is nothing but I square into I, means I cube e power iz. So you will be getting as minus I e power iz. So this is again you got as minus I. So minus I is that. So if you are able to subtract, that becomes as a plus. This also becomes as a plus. So therefore this is become as plus, and these two will be added and you will be getting this. So z plus z cube by 3 factorial, z power 5 by 5 factorial. This is the value of sin z. Now the similar fashion you can have the value of sin hz. Now sin hz also we can do, because that is a hyperbolic function for the sin hz. So we can go to in the form of like this, Sin hz. So let us suppose, for example, f of z is equal to sin hz. That may be equal to, that is nothing but we have that 1 by 2 e power z minus of minus z. Now this is what the sin hz can be taken as. This is 1 by 2 e power z. So 1 plus z square by 2 factorial and z cube by 3 factorial plus and so on minus you will be getting as 1 minus z plus z square by 2 factorial minus z cube by 3 factorial plus and so on. Now this is what we have. This is 1 by 2. This is 1 plus z square by 2 factorial plus z cube by 3 factorial plus and so on minus 1 plus z minus z square by 2 factorial plus z cube by 3 factorial minus and so on. Okay, so this minus 1 plus 1 gets cancelled and the z is nothing but that is 2z. Okay, and z square by 2 factor, z square by 2 factor has also gone. So you will be getting as 2z cube by 3 factorial. Okay, plus you will be getting as 2z power 5 by, again you will be getting as 5 factorial. Okay, plus and so on you will get. So if you take common, so z plus z cube by 3 factorial, z power 5 by 5 factorial plus and so on. This is what sin hz. So similar fashion you can able to find out the cos hz, tan hz. What are the values you have? You can able to find out all such values regarding by using this value. Okay, so there is another problem also is there, that we'll try to find out in the form of like this. Okay, now there is one more important problem is there, that we'll see. Suppose f of z is equal to z by 1 minus 2z. Okay, and it is given that condition mod z is less than 1 by 2 and we need to find the value of f power 2018 naught, means here z naught is nothing but 0. So how to do this problem? This is again very simple problem. This type of problems will come across in the competitive examinations. Okay, so how to do this problem? What is given here? F of z is nothing but equal to, it is given as z by 1 minus 2z. This is given. So what will change this one? Will change in the form of like this. I will write here 1 minus 2z minus 1 by 1 minus 2z. So the minus plus 1 and minus 1 will be getting cancelled and minus 2z is there. So that also should be, I need to balance that equation. So minus 2 I should divide. So I may write as minus 1 by 2 into like this. Now you can understand 1 is added and this is taken as twice, but it is been minus. So minus 2, this 2 will get cancelled, minus plus again will get same thing. So why I have changed this one? See, I have changed this one in, to get the equation in the form of something to the power, some a minus b whole power minus 1 expansion. To get in the expansion form we have done in this. So minus 1 by 2, I may write this as, if I may divide 1 minus 2z by 1 minus 2z minus 1 by 1 minus 2z. So you will be getting 1 minus 1 by 1 minus 2z. Now this is what we have. Okay, this is how we got. So I'll multiply this one, minus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 into 1 by 1 minus 2z. Now this is what we got here. Okay, so what we'll do here is minus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2. I will write 1 minus 2z whole power minus 1. Whole power, this is minus 1. So this is nothing but z. This is z. So if what is given here, mod 2z is less than 1 by 2. So I will write it as 2 mod z is less than 1. Or you can take 2 inside also. 2 inside if you take, I will write as 2z, mod 2z is also less than 1. So this condition is satisfied. So I may expand this one. So if I expand this, already we know that if you can expand 1 minus z whole power minus 1, it is nothing but summation n equal to 0 to infinity some z power n. Z power n by n factorial. N factorial is nothing but 1. So same thing you will get. So that is the formula we have. So what is that now? Minus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2. This is summation n equal to 0 to infinity. This is 2 power n into Z power n you got. So what is that now? You got as 2 power n into Z power n. So this is minus 1 by 2 plus, I may write this 1 by 2 inside. So you will be getting as, otherwise you just, what is that? You just keep it aside. Minus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 summation n equal to 0 to infinity. This is 2 power into Z power n. So what I'll do now? I wanted to know f power 2018 at the rate of this one. So for that what I'll do is f power of 0 is equal to some n factorial into coefficient of Z power n. Now this is the formula which we have. So f power n of 0 into n factorial into coefficient of Z power n. So f power n is 2018 of 0 is equal to n factorial means 2018 coefficient of Z power n. So what is the coefficient of Z power n? This is into, that is 1 by 2 into 2 power 2018. Now this is the coefficient. These two are the coefficient. So you will be getting as f power 2018 of that is nothing but 0 is nothing but equal to, this is 2018 factorial into 2 power 2017. Now this is the actual value of f power 2018 of, this is the formula which we have, n factorial into coefficient of Z power n. This is how we can do the problem regarding this one. Okay, this is another method that by using the formula we can able to do it. We can able to expand also, but this is another important problem. Now there is another problem is that try to expand. He has given as expand f of z is equal to 1 by z is power of z minus 1. So we have to expand this one in the form of z minus 1 solution. Okay, so what is given? F of z is equal to 1 by z. So power of z minus 1 means z minus 1 to the power of something else that we have to find out. So what I will do is f of z is nothing but equal to 1 by, I may add and I may subtract 1 on both sides in the denominator. So that I may write this as mod z minus 1 is less than 1. Then only I can expand it, otherwise I cannot expand. So this can be written as 1 plus z minus 1 whole power minus 1. This is what we got. So this is in the form of something like z. So I may write this as 1 minus of z minus 1 whole power minus 1. This is like 1 minus z. Okay, so what is the answer now? So you will be getting a summation n equal to 0 to infinity minus 1 whole power into z minus 1 whole power n. Now this is the expansion of this. This is how we can expand the problem in the form of like this. Summation n equal to 0 minus 1, because minus is there here, the minus 1 whole power n, z minus 1 whole power n. This is another easy problem that how we can expand this. And there is one more problem which is given. If limit n tends to infinity, zn is equal to z, and then we need to prove that the value is limit n tends to infinity mod zn is equal to mod z. This is the value which is given. Okay, solution. Okay, let epsilon greater than 0, there exists n greater than n, okay, such that we may have that zn minus mod zn minus z is less than some epsilon for all is n is greater than n. This is nothing but a definition, a simple definition, as zn minus z is less than. But then we have what we have is mod zn minus mod z is less than or equal to Zn minus Z. Means this mod Zn minus Z is greater than or equal to this. So that becomes nothing but less than. Now, so I am writing in the form like this. So what I'll do, what I'll write here, mod Zn minus mod Z is less than Zn minus Z, which is less than some epsilon for all n greater than n. Okay, the positive values, all the positive natural numbers for this. So what does this mean? The meaning is nothing but it is less than some epsilon. So therefore I can write as limit n tends to infinity, mod Zn is nothing but equal to mod Z. So mod Zn is nothing but equal to mod Z. This is how we can do this small problem which gives 4 marks. So we'll go for another problem which is also very easy to solve that. So what is that now given? So first we'll write Z is equal to r e power I theta, where r is greater than 0 less than 1, and we need to compute summation n equal to 1 to infinity r power n cos n theta summation n equal to 1 to infinity r power n sin n theta. We have to find out this value. Okay, solution. So for mod Z less than 1, what is given? So Z is equal to r e power I theta, where r is greater than 0 less than 1. Now this is the condition which is given. Okay, this is what which is given. So Z is given this, mod Z is less than 1. So what we have from this? So from this we have that 1 by 1 minus Z, because 1 by 1 minus Z can be taken as summation n equal to 0 to infinity Z power n. This is what we have by the formula which we have already done. This is given actually. So we need to find out these two values. So what we are supposed to do? We'll supposed to take Z is equal to r e power I theta here on both the sides, and we'll try to find out. So I'll take first this one, summation n equal to 0 to infinity Z power n. Z is nothing but r e power I theta. So I will write as r power n e power I n theta. This is 1 minus Z. Z is what? R e power I theta. So 1 minus r e power I theta. Okay, simply I have written what is Z. Okay, this I will write as summation n equal to 0 to infinity r power n. This is cos n theta plus I sin n theta. This is a formula of e power I theta form. E power I theta is nothing but cos theta plus I sin theta. So this is nothing but equal to 1 by 1 minus r cos theta plus I may write r I sin theta. I have just multiplied r inside. So you will be getting in the form of like this, 1 minus r cos theta plus 1 plus. So I may this as I may get as minus, I will get if we apply minus inside. So I reshuffle this, that is n equal to 0 to infinity r power n cos n theta plus I into summation n equal to 0 to infinity r power n I sin theta, sin n theta. I may write this as sin n theta. This is sin n theta. Okay, and that is equal to what I'll do is I'll just rationalize this r cos theta minus r I into r sin theta. So I may write this as 1 minus r cos theta plus I into r sin theta by 1 minus r cos theta plus I into r sin theta. This I have multiplied and divided to rationalize the given the term. So what is that? Now if I do that, if I simplify it, so you'll be getting left side is as it is, summation n equal to 0 to infinity r power n cos n theta plus I into summation n equal to 0 to infinity r power n sin n theta is equal to this. I will get in the numerator 1 minus r cos theta plus and I into r sin n theta by, this is a plus b into n a minus b as you know already. So this is 1 minus r cos theta whole square. Okay, and this is I is there, so I square, so it becomes as plus r sin theta whole square, plus you'll get the same plus. Okay, I square is nothing but minus, so again minus will be there, that become as a plus. So this is 1 minus r cos theta plus I into r sin theta by, this is 1 plus r square cos square theta. This I will expand in the form of a minus b whole square. So this is minus 2r cos theta plus r square sin square theta. Okay, r square sin square theta. So what is that now? This is 1 minus r cos theta plus I into r sin theta by, this is 1 plus r square cos square theta, r square sin square theta. So you will get, if you take r square common, cos theta plus sin square theta, that is nothing but 1. So therefore 1 plus r square minus 2r cos theta you will get. Okay, so therefore if you can able to subtract the real and the imaginary values, so you will be getting in the form of like this, that is 1 minus r cos theta by 1 plus r square minus 2r cos theta plus I into r sin theta by 1 plus r square minus 2r cos theta. Okay, so equating real part and the imaginary part. So you will be getting as, therefore summation n equal to 0 to infinity r power n cos n theta is nothing but equal to the real part 1 minus r cos theta by 1 plus r square minus 2r cos theta. This is one value. Then summation I may write here, comma, I may write summation n equal to 0 to infinity r power n sin n theta is equal to this value, r sin theta by 1 plus r square minus 2r cos theta. Okay, equating real and imaginary part. Now I just substitute n equal to 0. So if you put n equal to 0, this become as 1 plus summation n equal to 1 to infinity r power n cos n theta, that is equal to 1 minus r cos theta by 1 plus r square minus 2r cos theta. Okay, so this one I will take that side. So summation n equal to 1 to infinity r power n cos n theta is 1 minus cos theta by 1 plus r square minus 2r cos theta minus 1. Okay, so if I simplify that, if I simplify this, that is summation n equal to 0 to infinity r power n cos n theta is equal to, this is 1 minus r cos theta minus this one. So minus 1 minus r square, okay, and this becomes plus 2r cos theta by 1 plus r square minus 2r cos theta. Okay, this term will go this way by taking LCM. Okay, so minus 1 plus 1 gets cancelled. You will be getting as 2r minus r theta. So r cos theta minus r square you will get. R cos theta minus r square by 1 plus r square minus 2r cos theta. So this is summation n equal to 0 to infinity r power n cos theta, cos n theta, sorry, cos n theta. This is cos n theta value is this, r cos theta minus r square by 1 plus r square minus 2r cos theta. So this is what the value we got. Now what about this one? This I need to find out summation n equal to 1. So but if you put n equal to 0, so if you understand that r power 0 is 1 but sin 0 is always 0, so that term will be 0 only. So therefore I will be getting a summation n equal to 1 to infinity r power n sin n theta is equal to same value, r sin theta 1 plus r square minus 2r cos theta. So you will be getting a same value. Okay, so the value is for n equal to 1 is as it is, For here n equal to 0, you will be getting as r cos theta minus r square by 1 plus r square minus 2r cos theta. So this is the value of the problem which is given. Now we will go for the another problem regarding the Maclaurin series. By using the Maclaurin series, I will try to solve one more problem which is also very easy to get. Okay, we'll try to find out that value. So find the Maclaurin series for z into cos h z square for mod z is less than some infinity. So what is given here? F of z is given as z cos h z square is given. This is what is given. So this is z into 1 plus, this is cos hz. Sin hz is some z plus z square by z cube by 3 factorial and plus z power 5 by 5 factor and so on. This is cos. So cos means you will get all even numbers. In the place of z you have z square. So z square whole square by 2 factorial, z square whole power 4 by 4 factorial plus and so on. So you just multiply inside z plus, this is z power, this is nothing but 4 means z power 5 by 2 factorial, and this is 9 by 4 factorial plus and so on you will be getting. Here again if you want to write one more term, z square whole power 6 by 6 factorial plus and so on. So you will be getting as the z is there, so z power, this is nothing but 12. So this is z power 13 by 6 factorial plus and so on. This is how we got. So therefore what we can write is summation n equal to 0 to infinity z power 4n plus 1. 4n plus 1 if you take, like if you can take 4n plus 1 by 4n plus 1 by 2n factorial. These are 2n factorials. Put n equal to 0. If you put n equal to 0, you will get z. N equal to 1, you will get this one. N equal to 2, you will get this one. So this is how the Maclaurin series you can form for this type of problem. Okay. Similarly, many other problems are there. This is the way to do the problems in the Maclaurin series. Okay. Now how to find this is the Taylor series and the Maclaurin series. Maclaurin series you will get at putting by z not equal to 0, and Taylor series as it is, z minus z naught will have the same series. Okay, this is how some of the problems which we are able to solve. Now we will try to prove the Lorentz series. We'll try to apply the Lorentz series and we'll try to do some problems regarding the Lorentz series. Now we'll try to find out now. Find the Lorentz series for f of z is equal to minus 1 by z minus 1 into some z minus 2 in the domain the first one is mod z less than 1 and the second one is mod z greater than 1 less than 2. The third one is mod z greater than 2 less than infinity. Okay, so how to find? See, Lorentz series has two conditions we have. One is the positive powers of z and the other one is nothing but negative powers of z. That is about the Lorentz series we have discussed regarding the what the Lorentz is the analysis region. We will try to find out the f of z is analytic in the analysis region. So based on that only we have, but we will try to find out the how to do this one. We will see. F of z is equal to minus 1 by z minus 1 and z minus 2. Now this is the problem which is given. First we need to find out the partial fractions for this. Then later on we will try to find out with the condition mod z less than 1 and the second condition and the third condition. So given problem we must see that it should be written in the form of some from partial fractions. So with that I will write like this: minus 1 by z minus 1 into z minus 2 is equal to some a by z minus 1 plus b by z minus 2. So minus 1 is equal to a into z minus 2 plus b into z minus 1. Okay, so if we can take LCM, both LCM will be gets cancelled. In the here z minus 1 is there, you will be getting as z minus 2, here also z minus 1. So put z is equal to 1. If you put z is equal to 1, so this will be 0. So you will be getting as 1 minus 1 is equal to, this is, if you put z equal to 1, you will be getting as a is also minus. So therefore a is nothing but 1. So you got a is 1. Put z equal to again 2 to get b. So if you put 2 here, this will be 0. Then this is 2 minus 1 is nothing but 1. So you will be getting minus 1 and left side is minus 1, you will be getting as b. So b is again minus 1. So b is nothing but minus 2 minus 1 is 1. So b is minus 1. So if you write here, so therefore what we will get is f of z is equal to, that is 1 minus 1 by z minus 1 z minus 2, you will be getting as a is nothing but minus 1. So minus 1 by z minus 1 plus b is also a is nothing but 1. So b is minus 1. So b is minus 1, that is minus 1 by z minus 2. So what you got here? You got the two values, two fractions in the form of like this. So I'll write that one here. That is by using the partial fractions, f of z is equal to, you got 1 by z minus 1 minus 1 by z minus 2. Now this is the f of z value, 1 by z minus 1 and this one. So what are the singular points? Singular points are, means z naught value 1 and 2. This is like z minus z naught. This is like z minus z naught. Z naught is 1, z naught is 2. So z naught is 1 comma 2. Okay, 2 are the singular values. So now we'll write the first condition. First condition is mod z less than 1. Okay, the value is mod z less than 1. So for that mod z less than 1, we'll try to find out the expansion of this one. Okay, so therefore what is that now? F of z is equal to 1 by z minus 1 minus 1 by z minus 2. Okay, now this is, since mod z less than 1, we'll try to take the common here. I'll take minus common here first. First I'll take minus common, that is minus 1 by 1 minus z. Okay, so that I can directly expand 1 minus z. Here I'll try to take, here also I'll try to take minus. If I try to take minus here, I may write as 2 minus z I'll get. This is like 2 minus z. Okay, so 1 minus z and minus of 2 minus z. So therefore what is that now? So what I'll do is, this is minus 1 by 1 minus z. This is plus, I'll take 2 common here. That is 2 into 1 minus z by 2. So because this is z, mod z less than 1. So I wanted to expand this z in such a way that I may get in the form of some 1 minus z form. So 1 minus z, I wanted to write 1 minus z, so I have taken 2 common here. So z by 2. So even though if I write z by 2 here, that is 1 by 2. If I divide 2 here, if I divide 2, that is also less than 1. So therefore I can easily expand in the form of 1 minus z whole power minus 1 form, like binomial expansion also we have. So therefore what you have now here, so that's the condition. You have to see that this condition should satisfy, then only we can expand, otherwise we cannot expand. So therefore what is that? Minus of 1 minus z whole power minus 1. Okay, this is the first one, plus this is 1 by 2, 1 minus z by 2 whole power minus 1. Okay, so this is minus of this. So this is 1 plus z square by 2 plus and so on, plus 1 by 2. This is 1 plus z by 2, z square by 2 square, plus and so on. Okay, so I may write this term first. So that is 1 by 2. I am writing this term first. 1 by 2, z by 2 square. This is z square by 2 cube plus and so on, minus 1 minus z square by 2 minus and so on. So just I have multiplied, I have taken the minus term that side and the plus term this side, left side. Okay. So what is the conclusion now here? So 1 by 2 minus 1, this is the first one. Okay. Then plus z by 2 square, minus z. Okay. Then z square plus z square by 2 cube minus z square by 2. This is z square by 2. Okay, that's z square by 2. Clear? Okay, plus and so on. So this is 1 by 2 minus it is minus 1 by 2 plus. Here I can take common as z common. So z if I take common, 1 by 2 square minus 1. Okay, here if I take z square common, you will be getting as 1 by 2 square, you will be getting as 2 cube minus 1 by 2 plus and so on. Okay, 2 cube minus 1 by 2 and so on. Okay, 2 cube, yeah, z square by 2, here it is, and multiplied. Okay, this is not z 2 cube, z square by 2, it is z only. So therefore this is z. So I may write as 1 by 2 square 2 cube minus 1. Okay, this is how we got. This is z 1 by 2 square minus 1, z square 1 by 2 cube minus 1, plus and so on we will be getting. So therefore I may write as minus 1 by 2 plus summation n equal to 0 to infinity. N equal to 0 to infinity. So I may write as this is 1 by 2 power n minus 1 into z power n. Okay, if I substitute n equal to here, if I substitute n equal to 1, let us take n equal to 1 if I substitute. If I substitute n equal to 1, it is not possible. N equal to 2 if I substitute. So if I substitute n equal to 2, that is nothing but 1 by 2 square minus z power z square is z power n is z. So z power n, it may not be like that. So therefore what we can do is, if anything is possible having, okay, and if I write here 2n plus 1, if I write 2n plus 1, if I write, what's that? What is going to happen? Here z power z square I should get. So z square I should get means 2n plus 2 if I write. So n equal to 0 if I put. If I put n equal to 0, so here it is 0, means 2 square you will get. Here 2n means 0 plus 1. So you will be getting as z you will get, like z power 1 you will get. If I put 1, again it's a problem. So what we'll do is, we'll just keep it aside like this. This is an expansion of f of z in the for the mod z less than 1. Now we'll try to go for the another second one. Second one, what is that now? Mod z is greater than mod z. Second one is mod z is greater than 1 less than 2. Okay, so condition is f of z, we have the same condition. The condition what we have just now done is 1 by z minus 1 minus 1 by z minus 2 after doing the partial fractions. Okay, now we'll try to take this condition first. So condition is mod z is greater than 1. So mod z is greater than 1. Okay, so I may write this as 1 by mod z, which is less than 1. If I reverse it, I will get like this. This is one condition. And mod z is less than 2. It is less than 2. So mod z is less than 2. It's a condition. I should get less than 1. So what I'll do is mod z by 2 is less than again 1. Mod z by 2 is again less than 1. So these two conditions, we should take these two conditions and we'll try to apply the thing. Otherwise, if I divide 2 by mod z, that will be greater than 1 again. It's a problem again. So mod z by 2 is nothing but a condition. So therefore what is f of z? F of z is nothing but 1 by z minus 1, and this is minus of 1 by z minus 2. See, which one I should take common? Here the thing is, why we are using this condition, because which one I should take common? Either I should take common z, or either I should take common 1. Okay, or you can take here, either I should take common 2, either I should take common z. So it will be decided by seeing the condition, by changing the condition. You can understand here, this is mod z by 2 is less than 1. So the value of z should be in the form of mod z by 2, means here mod z by 2 condition should be there here. So for that, what you have to do, you have to take 2 common here. If you take 2 common, if you take minus 2 common, then you will be getting as 1 minus mod z by 2 you will get. And this is 1 by z mod z minus 1. So what you have to take? You have to take z common here. If you take z common, you will be getting as 1 minus 1 by z. So therefore you can expand, otherwise you cannot expand. So because of that, you have to be careful with about the condition which is given. So this condition only gives us, we'll try to find out which one we have to take common. So now I'll try to take, I should get 1 by mod z now. So here what I'll do is, I'll take mod z common, I'll take z common here. So if I take z common, 1 by z, 1 minus 1 by z, minus. So I may take here, I'll take minus 2, I'll take here outside. So minus 2 if I take, I'll be getting as 1 minus z by 2 I'll get. See, you have to be very much careful here. See, in these two, which one you have to take common? That's the main basic concept here. Either you have to take 2 or z. So it will decided by seeing the condition, mod z is less than 2. This condition has changed in the form of mod z by 2 less than 1. It should be changed in the form of less than 1 only. For everything, every condition, it should be like less than 1, then only we can expand, otherwise we cannot expand. So because of that, we are changing in the form of like this. So that is very, very important point you have to remember. So therefore you will be getting as 1 by z into 1 minus 1 by z whole power minus 1 plus, that is minus, this is minus means again this becomes as a plus here. So 1 by 2, and you will be getting as 1 minus z by 2 whole power minus 1. You got like this. Now this is 1 by z into 1 plus z, 1 plus 1 by z plus 1 by z square plus and so on. And this is 1 by 2, 1 plus z by 2, z square by 2 plus and so on. Okay, so that we have expanded. Multiplied now, 1 by z. This is 1 by z square, 1 by z cube. You got as 1 by z cube plus and so on, plus 1 by 2. This is z by 2 square plus z square by 2 square. No, so this is 2 cube you will get. Okay, 2 cube. Okay, plus and so on. Okay, so like this you got. So 1 by z, 1 by z square, 1 by z cube, and plus 1 by 2, 1 z by 2 square, z square by 2 cube plus and so on. So what is that now here? 1 by z, and these are all the values which you got. Okay, so therefore I may write this one, I may write this as this I will write as total. I can write this as summation n equal to 0 to infinity 1 by z power n. Okay, 1 by z power n. Otherwise I may z power n plus 1 if I take. So that will be better. If I write n equal to 0 here, I will be getting as 1 by z. N equal to 1, I will be getting this. Plus summation, I may write this as n equal to 0 to infinity. This is z power n by 2 power 2n plus 1. If I put n equal to 0, you will be getting 2 power 1. N equal to 1 you will get, again that will be 2. So I may write this as n plus 1 if I write. If I write n plus 1, that will be better. N equal to 0 you will be getting as 1 by 2, n equal to 1 you will be getting this, and so on. So this is how the expansion which is being done by the this one, the third one. Now we'll go for the third one, how to expand the third. So the third one is mod z is less than 1, and the third one is in the form of like this. The third one is mod z is greater than 2, less than infinity. Now this is the one which is given in the domain. So we'll try to work out this one first. What is that? Mod z is greater than 2, which is given as mod z is greater than 2. So what is our aim is nothing but it should be something like less than 1. It should be like less than 1. So what I'll do is if I reverse it, so if I reverse it, what is going to happen here is 1 by mod z is less than 1 by 2. Okay, just I have reversed. 1 by mod z is less than 1 by 2, or I may write as 2 by mod z is less than 1. 2 by mod z is less than 1. This is one condition which I have got from here. This is obviously less than 1. This is less than 1. So from this again I can write as 2 by mod z is less than 1. This is another condition. This is second condition. This is the first condition which I got. That is 1 by, so I may write as 1 by mod z is less than 1 I got. Because 1 by 2 is always less than 1. So 1 by z is less than 2. Okay, less than 1. So if you are unable to understand, you can change this one in the other manner also. Mod z by 2, 2 by 2. Mod z by 2 is greater than 1. If I reverse this order, then you will be getting as 2 by z less than 1. Okay, 2 by mod z is less than 1, the condition. And let me check once. The condition is 2 by mod z is less than 1 and 1 by z is nothing but less than 1 by 2. Yeah, the two conditions which we have. So one is 2 by mod z is less than 1, 1 by mod z is less than 1. So what is that now? Now f of z is nothing but given as 1 by z minus 1 minus 1 by z minus 2. So therefore 1 by this is 1 by z less than 1. So obviously I wanted to change this one. This, if at all I wanted to change this, I should take z common here. Z into 1 by 1 minus 1 by z. Then 2 by mod z. I should take minus 2 common here. Minus 2 common. So that I may write this as, if I take minus 2 common here, so what I will get now here. Otherwise I may take z common here. If I write z common here, 1 minus 2 by z, that will be better. Because I should get 2 by mod z. So 2 by mod z I got, which is less than 1. So I can expand easily with that. So what is that now? So therefore you will be getting as 1 by z, 1 by 1 into minus 1 by z whole power minus 1, minus 1 by z into 1 minus 2 by z whole power minus 1. This is how we got. So this is 1 by z. I can write directly summation n equal to 0 to infinity 1 by z power n. So I am writing directly because 1 minus z is whole power minus 1 is 1 z power n form. So 1 by z power n. Similarly, I may write this as 1 by z into summation n equal to 0 to infinity. This is 2 by z whole power n. I have written in the form of like this. Now this is summation n equal to 0 to infinity 1 by z power n plus 1. You got like this. And this is summation n equal to 0 to infinity. This is 2 power n by z power n plus 1. Now this is how we have expanded this one. So only thing that you have to remember here is which one you have to take common. That is depends on the condition which you have taken. Simply we have not taken anything here. This is nothing but if I take 1 mod z less than infinity, again 1 by z, if I put again this is nothing but if I reverse it again, that is 1 by infinity, that become as 0. So from this condition only we got the other condition, because of we can try to we can expand this one. Okay, so this is how the Lorentz series can be used to solve the different types of problems which is given here. Okay, then we go for another important problem such that we can able to find out that one. Okay, next problem is let mod A is not equal to rho and rho is greater than 0, then we need to compute integral mod z is equal to rho and mod dz by mod z minus a whole square. Okay, where mod z is nothing but equal to rho and is taken in the positive sense, is taken in the positive sense. Okay, so solution, right? Solution. So what is that given here is, this is the point, that is nothing but origin, this is nothing but rho. Okay, and this is nothing but C. The C is a circle with the radius rho. Okay, so and mod A is not equal to rho. So what is the given condition is, let mod A is not equal to rho and mod Z is nothing but equal to rho. Okay, this is the condition. So what is that now? Z is equal to rho e power I theta, where theta belongs to 0, 2 pi. This is a condition. So t is nothing but 0, 2 pi, which we have taken. Z is equal to rho e power I theta. Now we'll try to find out dz. Dz is equal to rho I e power I theta d theta. This is what we got. Okay, so I may write this as dt is equal to dz by rho I e power I theta, or this can be written as dz by rho I e power theta. I can write as iz. This is d theta is equal to dz by iz. You just remember this one, d theta is equal to this one. From here what I'll do is mod dz I wanted to find out. So this one we got from here. Now from mod dz I wanted to find out. So that is nothing but mod rho I e power I theta d theta. Okay. So what is that now? Mod dz is equal to, you will be getting as, this is mod I is 1, mod e power I theta is again 1. So we will get as rho dt. You got as rho dt. So mod dz is equal to rho, what is dt? Dz by iz. So I may write as this as dz by, shall I write this as rho iz? Rho iz if I write, anyhow I'll get, otherwise I may write as iz here, nothing will happen. Dz by iz. Now these are the two values you must be able to remember. Okay, once again. See, mod z is rho. Z is equal to rho e power I theta. Dz is nothing but rho I e power I theta d theta. Okay. Now from here dt is nothing but equal to dz by rho I e power I theta. So dz by iz you got. Okay. So therefore dt is this. So from here I have written in the form of like this. Okay. Now what we'll do is we'll try to take this value. We'll put all these values here and we'll try to find out. So one thing we'll do, we'll try to write those values here for the future is, what is that values here? dt is equal to dz by iz, this is one value we got, and the mod dz can be taken as rho dz by iz. These are the two values which we are able to find out from these two. Okay, I hope that you understood this. Now we'll try to find out the value which is given. What is that now? We'll try to find out the value. What is that value is? I may take I is equal to integral mod z is equal to rho mod dz by mod z minus a whole square. Now this is what we need to find out. Mod dz by z mod z minus a whole square. So this I'll take it as mod z is equal to rho. Okay, I'll try to write in the form of like this. Okay, so this is equal to integral mod z is equal to rho. This is mod dz by, this I may write as z minus a into Z bar minus A bar. Why we have written? See, mod Z square can be written as Z into Z bar. Z into Z bar can be written as mod Z square. This formula we have. So therefore we have chosen the form of like this. Z minus A into Z bar minus A bar. Okay. I hope that you understood now. Okay. Now this is integral mod Z is equal to rho. Okay. What is mod dz? This is rho dz by iz. Okay. Rho dz by iz. So I may write as rho dz by, I write as iz z minus a. This is z bar minus a bar. Okay. Now this is integral mod z is equal to rho. Okay. So mod z is equal to rho dz by iz into z minus a. This one z bar minus a bar. We know that z is equal to rho e power z is equal to rho e power it. This is what we have, rho e power it. So what is that value I should find out now? I should find out the value of z bar. I should find out. So what we'll do is we'll try to find out the z bar. Z bar means what? Z bar is equal to rho e power minus it. Z bar is this, rho e power minus it. Okay. So one thing we'll do now, we'll try to write that rho e power it in the form of like this. Okay. So we'll try to find out that rho, we'll try to find out like this. Otherwise from here e power it is equal to z by rho. I'm just writing e power it into z by rho. So what is that now? Z by rho I got. So if I wanted to take the inverse, I may write e power minus it is equal to rho by z. This is the value which I can get. If I make it into reverse, you will be getting as e power minus it by rho by z. Okay. Now z bar is what? Z bar I may write this from here. Z bar is equal to rho e power minus it. Okay. So what is that now here? Here this is rho e power minus it minus a bar. So z bar I have written as rho e power minus it minus a bar. Okay. So therefore, I think you understood. Z bar we have written from here. Now e power minus it value we'll write from here. Okay. So therefore, what is that now? So that is nothing but equal to integral mod z is equal to rho. This is rho z by, this is iz into z minus a, as it is I'll write z minus a. Okay. This rho is there into e power minus it. What is e power minus it? Rho by z. This is rho by z minus a bar. I got like this, minus a bar. I think you understood here. We have substituted, simply we have substituted. This is integral mod z is equal to rho. This is rho z by iz into z minus a. This is rho square minus. This is z. So I may write as a bar into z. I may write as a bar into z by, I'll write z. I have taken LCM. So this z and this z will get cancelled. So rho by I, I'll take it out. Rho by I have taken out. Mod z is equal to rho. This is dz by z minus a. This is rho square minus a bar z. You got as rho square minus a bar z. This is what we got. Okay, rho square minus a bar z, or you can say, yeah, rho square minus a bar z, or you can take common. Yeah, also you can take common. Let me check once. Yeah, a bar z, right? Okay, so let me write here. So that will be written in the form of like this. So what I'll do is I may take here z common. I'll take. If I take z common, what will be there? If I take a common, because I want to write this one as already written in the form of z minus a, This also I should write something like 1 minus z or z minus a form, right? Okay, then that becomes as rho by I integral mod that is equal to rho. This is dz by z minus a. So if I take a common here, a bar, a into rho by a bar, rho square by a bar minus z, rho square by a bar minus z. So that is rho by, I will write minus I a bar integral mod that is equal to rho. Okay, this is dz by I will write as z minus a, this is z minus rho square by a bar. So what I got here, z minus rho square by a bar minus common here, that minus I have taken outside, a bar also I have taken outside. So a bar is nothing but this. Now this is how we got the value, right? Now what are the singular values here? After getting this, what are the singular values? The singular points are z is equal to a and rho square by a bar. So this I may take it as f of z, where f of z is nothing but equal to 1 by z minus a and z minus rho square by a bar. Okay. Now if case 1, I am just writing here case 1 because case 1, if a is lies inside of C is a second. If A lies inside C, means this z equal to A is nothing but inside, but this becomes as an outside. So rho square by A bar will be the outside. So how we are going to have, that is rho square by A bar mod is something greater than mod A square by mod A bar. That is again you will get as some mod A. So this is rho square by a bar is greater than some mod a square, because this is mod a, this is a bar, this is nothing but mod a square means a into a bar by again mod a. So mod a bar is nothing but again a we gets cancelled, again we will get that one. So it is nothing but greater than that. So therefore this one lies outside. So therefore this becomes as this one lies outside. So therefore what we can write here, rho square by mod a lies outside C, okay, and a lies inside of C. A lies inside. So a lies inside and this one lies outside. So therefore what is that now? I may write as integral over C f of z dz. So what is f of z? F of z is this. So integral over C is nothing but mod z is equal to rho. What is f of z? F of z is 1 by z minus a, z minus rho square by a bar. This is again dz. So since this lies outside, rho square by a bar lies outside according to Cauchy's integral formula. So what we'll do is we'll write in the form of like this. We'll make it in the form of like this. I may take to the numerator z minus rho square by a bar numerator, and in the denominator z minus a dz. This is something like by Cauchy's integral formula. By using Cauchy's integral formula. By using Cauchy's integral formula, that is integral f of z by z minus z naught dz is equal to something like 2 pi I into f of z naught. This is what the Cauchy's integral formula says. So f of z value here is 1 by z minus rho square by a bar and z minus a. Now whichever the term which is lying outside, that will take in the numerator. There is also another important point. Already we have done so many problems regarding that. So 1 by z minus rho square by a bar can be taken as in the numerator, and this becomes z minus a in the denominator. So by using this formula, what we get? So we get in the form of like this. Now I am writing here. So therefore what you will get now? That is equal to 2 pi I into f of z naught, means this everything. So f of z naught. So f of z naught I may write as 1 by z minus rho square by a bar at the rate at z naught is not, that is equal to some z is equal to some a. We have written as z is equal to, at z is equal to a. This I should find out now. So therefore this is 2 pi I into 1 by, now what is the value of z? That is nothing but a minus rho square by a bar. Okay, this is 2 pi I into a bar minus rho square. This a will go to the numerator. This is a bar. This is 2 pi I. Okay, this is 2 pi I. Okay, so into a bar by, this is mod a square minus rho square. Mod a square minus rho square. Now what is the value you got? You got as this one as 2 pi I a bar by mod a square minus rho square. But we have I is equal to, we have no, what is I is equal to? So I is equal to, we have that, we have I is equal to rho by I integral over mod z is equal to rho f of z dz. That f of z we have already found this entire value. So I will substitute this one. I is equal to rho by I into this everything we have found. That is 2 pi I into a bar. This is also a bar and the minus is also there. Minus a bar. This is what he has given. Mod a square minus rho square. So I gets cancelled. A bar gets cancelled. Okay. So therefore you will be getting as 2 pi rho by minus 2 pi rho by mod a square minus rho square. So if I wanted to change, this becomes 2 pi rho by rho square minus mod a square. This is I. Let us take this as some I1. You got this one. Rho square minus mod a square. This is what we got. Okay. So this is the condition where a lies inside and the rho by a bar lies outside. Now we will go for the second case. Second case, the case number 2. Case 2. Suppose A lies outside C. Outside C and the rho is less than some mod A. Okay, so that what is that? A rho square by mod A square is less than 1. Means this lies inside and this lies outside. Now what do we have? We have I is equal to rho by minus I a bar integral over C 1 by, you got as z minus a, z minus rho square by mod A. This is what we have, dz. So what we'll suppose? We'll suppose that f of, let us take this as I2. F of z is equal to, we'll take it as 1 by z minus a, z minus rho square by a bar. Now which one is lying inside? Rho by a bar is lying inside. So this is lying outside. So this will go to the numerator according to the Cauchy's integral formula. So by Cauchy's integral formula, we have, what is that Cauchy's integral formula we have? So same thing what we have done in the previous one, same thing we'll do. Integral over mod z is equal to rho, whichever is not lying I'll take to the numerator, z minus a by some z minus rho square by a square dz. This is what? This is something like f of z. This is f of z, 1 by z minus a, which is a is lying outside. So we are taking the numerator according to Cauchy's integral formula only. This is the denominator. So therefore the value is 2 pi I into 1 by z minus a at z is equal to rho square by mod a. Rho square by a bar, sorry, a bar. So putting z is equal to rho square by a bar here, 2 pi I into 1 by rho square by a bar minus a. Okay, so what is that now? I'll just rub here. I'll try to write that value here. This value I'm finding here. That is 2 pi I into, this is a bar will go up, a bar. This is rho square minus, this is what? A into a bar. This is 2 pi I, a bar, rho square minus mod a square. But I2 is what? I2 is equal to rho by minus I into a bar integral over C, this entire value. 1 by z minus a, z minus rho square by a bar dz. This is the value which we got. So the value which we found, this value we got as 2 pi I a bar by rho square minus a bar square. So that will substitute here. So if I substitute that, that will be rho by minus a bar, okay, into this entire value we got this value, that is 2 pi I a bar by rho square minus mod a square. A bar gets cancelled, I cancel, you will getting as 2 pi rho, you got as 2 pi rho by rho square minus mod a square. Here you got as minus. Okay. Now what you got from I1 and I2? So you got the I1, I2 you got as one is minus, the other one is the plus. So simply we can write both the combination, that is I1 and I2 combination. We'll write therefore what is that? I is equal to some 2 pi rho by mod rho square minus mod a square. This is the value of the problem which we got. One is, we have to remember that the A conditions, two conditions. One is A lies inside and the rho by A mod, A bar lies outside. That's the first condition. Second condition is A lies outside and rho square by A bar lies inside. The two conditions we should find out separately. So first condition we got the positive, second condition we got the negative here. So combination of these two, we may write this as 2 pi rho by rho square minus mod a square. So this is another way of doing the problem, which may gives the 12 marks. 12 marks, and sometimes they may give 6 marks also, like 6 marks. One question will be there, the other question will be this. So this is how we can do the problems like Taylor's theorem and the Lorentz theorem. By using that we can do many more problems. If we can able to find out any other problem, exam problems many are there, that also we can solve. Okay, thank you.